Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Fanie Naude here, and today we are talking about why accountants are not making any profit. We're going to touch on some subjects like pricing, expenses, staff management software, and all of those sort of things. So stick around for the rest of this video. So let us start off by saying, well, we work with a lot of accountants. We here at Buznet Direct, our entire purpose is helping accountants grow and scale their practice. And we help them with stuff like marketing and sales and all of those sort of things. And with our experience, it basically came out that there's very few accountants that's making enough profit to run a sustainable business at the end of the day. So for that reason, we decided, okay, we're going to give some trainings, going to give our insights on how profit and everything is working. And at the end of the day, we identified a few major areas. First is pricing. So with pricing, it's very difficult to determine price for accounting practice because most accountants don't really know how to calculate the true value of what their services are offering. So that's deciding, okay, well, we're going to do some research here. We're going to do some research with other accountants, see what they are charging, see what the governing bodies are suggesting, and some software companies is also starting to weigh in on the pricing. And at the end of the day, it's very difficult to determine the correct price because there's no such thing as the correct price at the end of the day. We love to do value-based pricing. At the end of the day, it's not really that difficult to say, okay, I'm going to charge you at least 5,000 Rand per month. Because at the moment, it's this red ocean of all the sharks eating each other because everybody just wants to compete on price. Everybody has this mindset of what the economy lecturers taught you in university of, okay, if you're going to drop prices, there's going to be a massive influx of supply or of demand, and there's going to be a lot of more clients. And for a small business, it just doesn't work that way. It works, those laws of economics just doesn't apply to small businesses because you don't have a big enough client base for that to truly show effect. So if you're thinking about a small business with only a few clients, you're going to cut off your own throat if you're going to go too low on your pricing because you're not going to make any profit. You can't pay your staff members, you can't pay any of your expenses, and you're working yourself to death because you have a massive amount of people that is a lot of work, but you're not getting enough money for that. So it's a big problem in the accounting industry at the moment. And the way you solve that is just saying, I'm not going to compete on price. You cannot compete on price if you're a small business. You need to compete on other areas of value, quality of service, specialization, becoming an expert in something specific, or niching down, choosing a specific group of people and helping specifically them that you can become the specialist in their eyes. That's extremely easy to do if you just have that mindset change of, I'm not going to try and get every single client for $1,000. That's just going to ensure your demise at the end of the day for your practice. It's not the way to be doing it. We recommend you at least charge 5,000 Rand per retainer, nothing less, like no 3,000, 2,000 or 1,000 clients, because your time is too valuable for that. Don't go for that lower markets. Go for the guys that can pay those sort of prices because they're also going to be better sort of clients. If they're usually, or if they are used to paying those sort of prices, you're going to have a better work-life experience at the end of the day, just because they're going to give everything on time. They're going to give the deliverables on time. They're going to work with you. They're going to take your advice because they're paying for that. If you have a client that's going off, is a price hunter, he wants to just work with you just because of your price. If your competitor down the road charges 20 Rand less, they're going to leave you. They're not loyal. They're going to leave you. They're going to go for the price because that's the only thing in their mind that matters. So don't fall into that trap. So that's the first thing about pricing. And I would say charge higher from the beginning. Charge high and work yourself to a lower. If you need to negotiate, work lower. Don't start low and then try to raise. It's very difficult to raise the the amount of money you're charging for a client after they have already signed for 2,000 a month. And then you're suddenly saying, okay, well, I've been helping you for 2 months now and it's way too much work. So how about we change it to 5,000? They're going to be like, no way. I'm going to get myself another accountant. I'm not going to pay more than double what you're actually asking of me. So that's very difficult, but pricing is definitely one of the reasons why accountants are not making enough money. The second thing that is mostly of expenses. Now, expenses can be stuff like your office and your staff members and your software and all of those things, and that really plays a big role because offices are very expensive, especially now during lockdowns that you didn't really get to utilize that office so much. That's the first thing, is maybe thinking about working remotely or just reducing to a smaller team. Now, if you're coming down to reducing your team, coming to staff management, we recently did some calculations and realized that if you have a accountant that's worth his salt and is using the correct software with the correct skills, you should be able to at least work with between 30 to 40 clients per month, meaning he alone can deal with that amount of clients. If you do the calculation on 30 to 40 and you go for the lower one, 30 clients per month, and we're saying we recommend at least charging 5,000 per client for retainer work every single month, that calculates to 150,000 Rand per month. Meaning each staff member, each qualified accountant working for you should be bringing in at least 150,000 Rand per month. Now suddenly everybody's like, that's no way, there's no way we're doing this. We're like a 5-man company and we're only doing 100,000. Or we're a 20-man company and we're only doing 300,000 a month. There's no way you can get to that. Well, there is, because we are working with some people that are doing this. We realize that not every accountant doesn't know how to manage their staff, doesn't know how to optimize their expenses. There's a few that really truly knows what's going on, and those are the ones that's dealing with 30 clients per accountant, and at the end of the day, they're making enough profit. So if you're paying a salary of 30 to 50,000 for that accountant and he's bringing in 150. That's fine. That's making profit. That's making 3 times profit for that accountant, meaning you're actually making some money there. Now everybody's like, oh, I can't imagine doing that much work and everything like that. And oh, maybe you should reduce your amount of services that you're offering. Or every single service that you're offering at the moment truly necessary for your clients? Like, aren't you overworking your staff members for services that the client doesn't really want or need? Is there certain services that you can just outsource or that's just taking too much time at the end of the day? So your staff should be bringing, per employee, should be bringing in 150,000, you included. If you're running a 5-man team, you're part of that team. If you're running a 20-man team, yes, you're mostly managing and you're not really servicing clients one-to-one the whole time because you need to manage the entire business, need to think a little bit more strategically. But if you're a small team of like 5 guys, that should be like 750,000 Rand per month there. That should be the amount. If it's not happening, if your staff cannot deal with that amount of clients, give them better training, give them better software, or give them better training on the software that you're using. Because with today's cloud technology and with all of the software companies that's really making your life a lot easier, it should not be that difficult to deal with that amount of clients. At the end of the day, that is what you're looking at. If you're not making these sort of numbers, you should be analyzing your business and seeing where on earth you are doing something wrong. And the best way to do this is to analyze the time. Where's the time going? So most accountants are charging per hour, so they already know what's going on with hourly. You need to really see that every single minute is worth something. And at the end of the day, you want to analyze this in your entire business. You want to see where all of the time is going per employee. Where's all the time being spent? Is it being spent answering emails? Are you spending two hours a day answering emails? Don't you have a focused staff? Are they taking like 20 breaks every single day? Like, all of these things are very, very important. And the only way to do this is to start and go for an entire week and analyze every single person's time. And we have a very simple strategy for this. Just after each hour, like, first get yourself like one of those journals with the times in. After each hour, write down what you were busy with. Do this with every single employee. Every hour of every day while they're working, write down every hour there's a little thing, okay? It's 1 o'clock, what did I do for the last hour? Just write a sentence. What did I do? What did I work on? And it's not going to take a lot of time. It's going to take less than a minute. Just write down what you've been working on. At the end of that week, take everybody's journals, everybody's analysis of where the time went, analyze, see where all the time is going. If all the time is going and wasted in certain areas, you can start optimizing. If they're struggling with the software and not getting stuff to work, they need better training or better software. If everything is being spent on just answering emails back and forth, that means the relationship between the client and your accountants are too friendly. They have too much access. You cannot have everybody just on call all the time. There should be some boundaries. All of those sort of things play a role, and you need to analyze this first. You need to analyze where all of your time is going in your accounting practice to see where's the first place that you can optimize. Because if you're not hitting those numbers, there's a reason for this. And you need to start with pricing, then going on to staff, optimizing your staff's time, and really going after the best possible softwares that you can get your hands on, just because it makes your life so much easier, and the entire industry is already moving in that direction. So these are the things that I should say, think about a little bit more. If there's a lot of other strategies that you could be using to get an extra set of income, an extra passive income, all of those sort of things is also a possibility. We touch on a few of those in our latest strategy for accountants long form video, where we really go and discuss all the strategy, how you should be thinking about strategizing in your business. Remember to check that out as well. I really put some effort into that video, and I really think it came out very informative with a lot of value in that video. So check that out as well. Other than that, give me some comments below. Did this make you think about your practice? Did this think about, okay, I'm going to do something about this now? Or did I just shock you with all of the numbers and you're not believing me? Tell me in the comments. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.